Hello, I'm Dr. Olusegun Adeoye. I'm the program manager of the Society of Gynecology and Obstetrics of Nigeria. And yes, we are here in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria. And we've had a lot of interaction with Sophia Webster, who has traveled all the way from the United Kingdom on the Flight for Every Mother project, which we think is a laudable project, and she's raising an awareness on maternal death across Africa. And she's stopped at Nigeria, and we just hope that she's enjoyed herself. And during our visits, yes, we've been able to make some visit to some key stakeholders and then some key facilities, health facilities, where we'll be able to see the prevailing conditions in all these facilities, about how women are being attended to, and and maybe she's been also able to give us some lectures on how our women should not die. I think in Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital there was a training of the midwives on the management of postpartum hemorrhage, and also on management of active third stage of labor, so which is very, very vital. And one thing I think I need to discuss about here is the fact that in Nigeria we are doing our best to keep down the maternal death ratio, maternal mortality ratio. There have been different indices that have been quoted, but the National Demographic Health Survey of 2008 placed us at 545 per 100,000 live births. So which means out of every 100,000 women, 544 are likely to die from giving birth. It is an unacceptable figure as compared to other countries that have single digit units, like less than 1, like the United Kingdom and some other countries, but we still think that we are making gradual progress. Well, in terms of the Millennium Development Goal 5, Nigeria is supposed to bring down maternal death by 75% by 2015. But we think Nigeria is not making, we are making progress, but we think the progress is not significant enough to meet this target. But we believe that with accelerated efforts from stakeholders, from concerted stakeholders like SOGON and like other stakeholders that have stake in maternal health, we believe this can be a reality once the efforts are accelerated. Now, Sophia Webster's trip to Nigeria is very important in the sense that it has given us a perspective to see this as a challenge. If a woman can come all the way from Europe, all the way from the United Kingdom to tell us about our problems, it does not mean we are not seeing our problem, but it just means that all hands are on deck about this problem, and we are going to make all efforts to make things work. Now, the good news is this. Recently at the 56th National Council on Health, Nigerian state commissioners have adopted maternal death review in Nigeria as a prerequisite to maternal death surveillance and review, which is MDSR, that is currently being recommended by the WHO. This is a good progress, and what it means is that every woman dying from childbirth in Nigeria has to be reported, and it has to be reported in the sense that these cases need to be reviewed, and then the circumstances surrounding these deaths needs to be established. Is this clinical, is this social, or is it even from the community? These are the key issues that are supposed to be identified by maternal death review, and it's also going to help in terms of health planning, where resources are now committed to the right thing, as opposed to the usual empirical way of disbursing funds for health. Now you know that if you want to disburse money to a particular facility, you can be talking about blood bank, you can be talking about human resources, or you can be talking about specific things that is required for them to take care of the mothers, rather than the usual way of just doing an empirical budget and empirical planning. But that is it. And then also it's going to help the government to actually understand the prevailing situation, the true picture in their community, the true picture in their facilities, and the true picture in their states or wherever they control, on why their women are dying. And it's also going to inform good, solid effort to bring this down. So when these So the process of the maternal death review is, once a death is identified in the facility from childbirth or from pregnancy, the case is, identified. It is, the details of the case notes are taken, and then there's a review committee. The cases will be reviewed on the basis of the circumstances surrounding that death, and the woman, and then all the things that played out during the management of that patient will be taken into consideration. Whatever causes the kind of delay that made her access healthcare will also be documented. So in all these things, there will be a thorough review from the maternal death review committee, first at the facility level, and here they make recommendations, and these recommendations are going to tell you whether there's something within the facilities that can be done, whether clinically or whether in terms of staffing or whether in terms of attitude to work, to prevent this thing from occurring. And then this recommendation will now be passed to the State Maternal Death Review Committee, and the State Maternal Death Review Committee will also look into the prevailing causes and see what it is at the state level that can be done, whether in terms of recommitting resources or whether in terms of realigning the guidelines or policies that will also help improve these conditions in these facilities, and on till it gets to the national maternal death review committee. And then we now have a holistic health package. And the reason why this National Council of Health is involved in this is because Nigerian health system is on the concurrent list. It means every state take its own health as they see it as important, and commit resources to their own health program as they see it as important. So that is why there is need to also carry these states along. And we hope that with this great intervention that the National Council of Health have approved, we should be thinking about achieving good health in Nigeria in terms of how maternal health is concerned. And we hope that is going to also help in the effort to accelerate, achieving the Millennium Development Goal that we also seek to, and then in terms of other things. But by and large, Sophia's visit, has created this awareness for us, and we believe that we are going to ride on the, the momentum that she has generated, and we also believe that this visit has served as a kind of inspiration, because when someone decides to put her life at risk, and when I was talking to her, she said she believes that she's not at any more risk than the women that are dying every day from giving birth. This to me is inspiring, because she believes that only one person traveling on an airplane and at risk of crashing is not at more risk than the women just going through the journey of replenishing life. No woman should die in this world while bringing another kind to this world. So that is what I have to say concerning, Sophia's visit. And then before I go, let me just mention she's a very pleasant person, and she has a co-pilot, Ross Edmondson. It's been fun really being with them beyond the maternal deaths, the maternal health issues. I think they've been pleasant people, and I wish her all the best in her onward journey to wherever she's going, and I hope to see her again. Thank you.